Rainy season.
Just think, Pastuzo, this time next month we'll be in London.
Where the rivers run with marmalade and the streets are paved with bread.
Did you read the book about London?
I skimmed it.
Pastuzo.
Well, reading makes me sleepy. But any city that can come up with this is all right by me.
Oh, Pastuzo, look!
It's a cub. Lucy!
Lower me down.
Be careful.
Lower, Pastuzo, lower!
Lucy! Lucy!
I'm afraid we're not going to London after all.
Why not?
We've got a cub to raise.
What's he like?
Rather small. And rather sneezy. But he likes his marmalade.
That's a good sign.
Oh, yes, Pastuzo. If we look after this bear, I have a feeling he'll go far.
Dear Aunt Lucy, I hope all is well in the home for retired bears. Life in London has been better than ever this summer. I've really got to grips with how things work. And it seems there's something new to do every day.
Guess what, Paddington? The steam fair's coming to town. I'm going along tonight to write about it in my newspaper.
Who's going to want to read about that?
Everyone. We'll travel the world in an old steam train. I thought you'd love it.
I do. Don't tell anyone, okay? Not cool.
Why don't we all go?
Good idea.
Father's a dab hand at the coconut shy. Bullseye Brown, they used to call him.
Oh, not anymore. Coconuts are a young man's game.
Well, I think you're in great shape for a man your age, Mr. Brown.
Ah, thank you, Paddington. Hang on, how old do you think I am?
Oh, about 80?
80?
At least.
Just a minute, young bear. Thought I told you to wash behind your ears.
Oh, but I did, Mrs. Bird. I wonder how that got in there. I really feel at home in Windsor Gardens.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Good morning, Paddington.
I brought you breakfast.
Thank you. Your sandwiches always put me in a good mood.
Morning, Dr. Jaffrey. You haven't forgotten your keys, have you?
Keys? Keys.
Well caught.
Thank you, Puddington.
You're welcome. Glorious day, Colonel. Is it? How absolutely thrilling. How was your date, Miss Kids?
Well, he wasn't the one, but you know what they say.
21 they said the same.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Morning, Paddington.
Morning, Mr. Barnes.
Bye, Paddington.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Right. Test me.
What's the quickest way from Baker Street to Big Ben?
Ah, an easy one. Turn right onto Portman Square. Left.
Everyone has been so kind and welcoming, even though they're very busy. Mrs. Brown is planning to swim to France. It seems an awful lot of hard work when you can go by boat or plane or even train. But that's not the point. She's been cooped up all summer illustrating a series of adventure stories and has decided she wants one of her own. Judy has been suffering from a broken heart.
I'm dumped. I think you'll find you're dumped, Tony.
Her first reaction was to become a nun, but she soon got over that and has thrown herself into a new hobby. She found an old printing press at school and is starting a newspaper with no boys.
Now all we need is news.
Jonathan is joining her at big school this year. He spent the holidays building a fully working steam engine, but I'm not supposed to talk about that, as it's not cool. He's got a whole new look, and if anyone asks, he's now called J-Dog, and is definitely not into steam trains. But Mr. Brown has been busiest of all. He recently had a surprise at work.
I am delighted to announce our new head of risk analysis will be Mr. Steve Visby.
And this has prompted what Mrs. Bird calls a full-blown midlife crisis. It involves blending his food, painting his hair, and engaging in a process called chakrabatics.
Open your mind, and your legs will follow.
Thank you, Paddington.
Keep up the good work. Oh, Aunt Lucy, you sent me to London to find a home, and it's worked out better than I ever imagined. I have a wonderful family, and have made friends in all sorts of places. Hey, boy. There you go, Wolfie. I do hope if you could see me, you'd be pleased. Lots of love from Paddington.
Mr. Gruber? Ah, Mr. Brown, come in. I just had a visit from Madame Koslova, who runs the fair.
Oh, yes?
They were having a clear-out and found all these old crates stuffed full with memorabilia they thought had been lost forever.
Oh.
She asked me if I would sell it for them while they're in town, and it struck me there might be something in here for your auntie's birthday.
Oh, good idea.
Ah, look at this.
It's very nice, Mr. Gruber, but...
I know. It has to be perfect.
Oh, since Uncle Pastuzo died, I'm the only relative she's got left. And it isn't every day a bear turns 100.
Quite so. Ah! How about these rolling shoes?
Please, Mr. Gruber, be serious.
Perhaps your auntie's rolling days are behind her.
I think you might be right. Oh, what's this?
Ah, that must be the popping book. Very interesting.
Really?
You see, Madame Koslova's great-grandmother, who started the fair, was also a brilliant artist. And every time they visited a new city, she made a popping book to remember it by.
Oh.
And this is London.
Oh, Mr. Gruber, it's wonderful. Aunt Lucy always dreamed of coming to London and never had the chance. But if she saw this, it would be like she were finally here.
Aunt Lucy! Aunt Lucy!
Paddington!
Come with me, Aunt Lucy.
Oh, yes, please. I want to see everything.
Well, what do you think?
It's wonderful.
All aboard.
1.5 bears, please.
Mind your step, madam.
What a polite young man. What a polite young pigeon. Oh, Paddington, you've made an old bear so very happy.
This is perfect.
Oh.
Huh?
We have a snag.
Do we?
You see, this popping book is the only one of its kind, and they want rather a lot of money for it.
Oh, well, Mrs. Bird found this coin in my ear at breakfast. Perhaps there's more.
Oh, it would take more than an earful, Mr. Brown. I'm afraid you would need 1,000 of those coins.
Oh,
Let's take another look at the monkey. I think he's super duper. Oh, I can fix that.
That's very kind, Mr. Gruber, but Aunt Lucy did so much for me when I was a cub, and this could be my way of saying thank you. I'm going to get a job and buy that book.
Back in a few minutes, Paddington. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, Mr. Giuseppe. Good afternoon. Welcome to Giuseppe's grooming salon. What can I do for you today, sir? A shave? A light pomade? Or is it just a brush? Huh?
Quick trim, barber.
Oh, I'm not the barber. I just tidy up.
Yeah, well, that's all I want. Tidy up the back and sides, nothing off the top.
Yes, but...
No, but come on, man. Chop, chop.
If you say so, sir. Ah. Please, would you mind if I call you back? I think I may be about to shave a customer. Oh, thank goodness. Just putting you on hold!
But I don't want to.
It's only a haircut, Nelson. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Come in. Take a seat.
We'll go somewhere else.
Oh, that's not good. Just giving you some product, sir.
Very good. Carry on.
All done. I must say it's turned out a lot better than I expected.
What the devil's that?
It's, marmalade.
Marmalade?
Hairy marmalade.
Well, get it off!
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Oh, yuck! What is the matter with you?
Paddington! Mr. Giuseppe! I can explain. It's really not as bad as it looks. Have you ever been fired, Mr. Brown?
Well, no, but are you quite sure you're ready for the workplace, Paddington? It's a tough, competitive world out there, and I worry a good-natured little bear might get trampled underfoot.
He's right, you know. You can't trust anyone. That's why I'm doing my newspaper alone.
Darling, is this about Tony?
No!
Everything's about Tony, and the only reason no one's helping with your paper is because it's so lame.
Well, at least I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not.
Nor am I. G-Man.
J-Dog. Spudbounce.
But Aunt Lucy said, if we're kind and polite, the world will be right.
At least someone's making sense.
Sorry. And you're kind, Mr. Brown, and you made it to the top.
I'm nowhere near the top. I peaked in the middle. Now my hair's gone grey, my belly's popped out, and I've started to creak.
Oh, doesn't that man live in the big house on the corner?
It's Phoenix Buchanan.
Dad's celebrity client.
He's one of our Platinum Club members, and a very famous actor.
Or used to be. Now he just does dog food commercials. Mrs. Bird doesn't like him because he can never remember her name.
Now then, simmer down, simmer. All right, a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm at my worst tonight, I really am.
I am tickled, the deepest shade of shrimp, to have been asked here tonight to open this wonderful old steam fair.
But you know, when Madame Kozlova created this thing all those years ago...
She most certainly was not thinking of people like me. Whatever I am, VIP, celebrity, I hate all that stuff. No, West End legend, that's another one. No, she was thinking of you guys, huh? The ordinary people. So, I'm going to ask one of you to come up here and open the fair. Volunteers. Anyway. Eeny, meeny, miny. bear. Oh, let's have the young bear. Why not? Come, young Ursine. Up here, my furry friend. Very good, very good. Now, your name is?
Paddington Brown.
Oh, well, of course it is. You are my new neighbour. You live with Henry and Mary and the great Mrs... Now then, I suppose you know who I am.
Oh, yes. You're a very famous actor.
Oh, pooh.
Or used to be. Now you do dog food commercials.
Well, a man has to eat.
What? Dog food?
Very, very funny. Anyway, they do say that at Madame Kozlover's all your dreams come true. So, if you had one wish tonight, what would it be?
Oh, that's easy. I'd like to get my Aunt Lucy a birthday present.
Oh.
Darling. I've got my eye on an old pop-up book of London. Made by Madame Kozlova, as it happens. The only problem is it's rather expensive, so I need to get my paws on an awful lot of money.
Well, I'm not sure that we can offer you that. But we can, of course, offer you oodles of fun. So, if you would like to lend me a paw, we now declare Kozlover's Steam Fair open! Thank you very much. Wonderful, excellent. Just one moment. A word in your ear. This pop-up book.
Do you know it?
I know of it, but I was led to believe it was lost. Where on earth did you find it?
Oh, at Mr. Gruber's antique shop. He's keeping it to one side for me, but I really need a job. I don't suppose you have any advice, do you?
No. I imagine you would just have to start at the bottom of the ladder and work your way up.
Do you know what, Mr. Buchanan? You've just given me the most brilliant idea.
Have I?
I'm going to be a window cleaner. Ah. Oh dear. Ow. Hello? Anyone? Hello? Window cleaner?
No, thank you.
You sure, Colonel? They're awfully dirty.
I don't care, and I'm not paying.
Perhaps I'll do them anyway.
to be cleaning my windows.
Shall I do your gutters while I'm up here?
Yes! Thank you!
Well, of course, it's not for me to say, Colonel, but I wouldn't care to have an undesirable crawling all over my premises. And as commander of your community defence force...
Is that an official position, Mr. Curry? Or have you just bought yourself a yellow coat?
Got my eye on you, Bear!
Oh, sorry.
Here's a little song to help you get along. Gets you out the door to do a tiny chore. Take some soap and water, mix it up together, flash it on the window pane. Scrub it left to right till it's shiny bright. Rub with all your might, left and right. Make it bright. Rub and scrub with your tub, left and right. Rub and scrub.
One more day, Aunt Lucy. Mr. Gruber?
Hey?
You're not Mr. Gruber.
Clear off!
Oh, no, you don't.
Stop! Thief! Come back with that book!
Robbery in progress at Gruber's Antiques. Suspect is a small bear wearing a red hat and blue duffel coat.
Stop! Come back!
No. Come on, Wolfie.
Oi! Get off it! God, it's that back!
No.
Nice try, Bear.
Whoa, Wolfie.
Toodaloo!
Ow. Come on, boy. Excuse me. Coming through. Who are you? Oh, dear.
Strike a light.
That book is reserved for Aunt Lucy. Hello there. Oh, ow, stop the snout. Wolfie! Help! Thank you, Wolfie. Come on. Attaboy.
All right. You got me.
Hand over that book.
Afraid I can't do that. Cheerio.
Where did he go?
Hold it right there.
Oh, thank goodness you're here, officer.
Put your paws in the air.
But I'm not the thief. I was chasing the thief. And then he...
Disappeared in a puff of smoke?
Well, yes.
Paddington! Oh no!
Hold it there. Hang on. We're taking him into custody.
Oh, please, there must be some mistake.
No mistakes, sir.
What happened?
Caught red-handed.
What?
Robbing Gruber's Antiques.
Well. The truth is out. We opened our hearts to that bear. We opened our doors. Well, you did. I kept mine triple locked in accordance with the guidelines. And all along, he was robbing you blind.
Paddington! Oh no!
Paddington!
No! Oh,
A nice little haul and no mistake. Turned out to be quite a stroke of luck, that bear turning up when he did. Coppers think he'd done it. We're in the clear. Indeed, Magwitch. And we gave quite a performance, you and I. Just like the old days.
Why the lemon face, Hamlet? If you have something to say, I beg you share it with us all. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. Oh, really? You and your dreary conscience, tell me this. Which would you rather, that you stand here gathering dust while I humiliate myself in a spaniel's costume on television, or that we all return in glory in the greatest one-man show the West End has ever seen? Oh, thank you, my darlings. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings upon you all. Deepest of bows. Thank you. I know what you're thinking, Scrooge. It'll cost a fortune, but if I'm right, that is exactly what this book will provide. This is no dusty antique. Hidden on every page, a little lady pointing to a clue. Find all the clues, we're rich again. And our dog food days are done.
Dinner is served, Master.
Thank you, Simpkins. If, like me, your doggy likes to maintain standards, can I recommend Harley's Gourmet Din-Dins? More taste, more goodness, more, dare one say, class?
Harley's Gourmet Dog Food. Oh, not to be consumed by humans.
Court will rise.
Deep breath, Paddington. Remember what Mr. Brown said. You're young, you've done nothing wrong, you'll be fine. So long as you get a fair-minded judge.
Order for order.
Oh, dear.
You'll now hear the case of the Crown versus Paddington... Brown.
Oh, yes, he loved the book. His heart was set on top of it.
So you discussed how expensive it was?
Yes, but he was earning the money.
I refuse to believe that young Mr. Brown would ever burglarize my shop.
Exactly. Paw prints were found here, here, and here. And the substance later identified as marmalade was found here.
And is this the same marmalade?
Yes, it is.
Phoenix Buchanan, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
May my entrails be plucked forth and wound about my neck, should I deceive. I do. Prison is no laughing matter, and I should know. I spent 3 years in Les Miserables.
Mr. Buchanan, you live on the same street as the defendant.
I do.
And you were an eyewitness to the events that night.
Indeed, I was. I was up late when I became aware of a hullabaloo in the street below. I went to my awards room, which is a large room overlooking the newspaper kiosk, and I saw young Paddington riding a rather disreputable-looking hound.
Mary Brown drew this, based on the bear's description of the man he claims he was chasing. Did you see him on the street that night?
Oh, a handsome devil, isn't he? Dazzling eyes.
Yes, but did you see him? Your answer will tell us whether the bear is guilty. Did you see this man?
Alas, I did not. But perhaps he'd already vanished. I beg you, have mercy on him. He is but a cub.
Paddington Brown. 10 years for grand theft.
Oh, but
and grievous barbarly harm. Follow me.
Oh, Mrs. Brown usually reads me a story before bed. I don't suppose...
Sorry, son. No bedtime stories in here.
Oh.